Hi everyone. So are you guys excited? So as the theme goes, tradition and transition, I would like to take you to a storytelling time. Is that okay with you? So I'm going to speak about story of a little girl who was born in the small city of Orissa named Cuttack. The city was definitely small, but this girl's dreams, goals, and aspirations were big. She wanted to play with the threads of fashion, beads of glitters and shimmers of sparkles, and the fame that the light brings in with it. And she did it. She wove herself a very beautiful traditional outfit that pleased everybody's eyes except hers. An outfit of a perfect daughter according to patriarchal values. She was born to a family where women are respected, educated, and not pulled down. So what is the journey? So what's the struggle? What's make this story so special? I will take you forward to that. That little girl is no one but standing in front of you, Advocate Tejasmita Mahapatra. That is how people address me, or that is how forever my dad wanted to call me. But I had my own plans. I was building upon my pace day by day. I was running so fast that it annoyed everybody around me. So annoyed that I was told to stop running soon after my 10th standard because I had to undergo a surgery. But I was trying to finish my hurdle race. 2011 appeared to be an unplanned twist in my race. A very random day when I was suffering from typhoid twice, back to back, my body was so weak that I could not call anyone in the home to give me a glass of water. So I thought I will jump out of the bed, take few steps, and get me a glass of water. Very normal, we all do it. So I did it, took few steps, lost my balance, hit the floor. See, a simple disbalance in our day-to-day life is not an issue at all. But in my case, I guess the life has to unfold on its own way. And a blood clot in my head was so simple that I missed my next step. I slipped into a 16 days coma at a very tender age. After 16 days, I recovered and lost my speech. A person who loved to sing during that days lost her speech. It was a very devastating state of affair for the complete family. So I had to go take shock therapies uncountable to get my speech back, and thankfully it was back. Few months later, seemed like a never-ending paralysis on my left side. Till that time, my life was flying with colors. I was running, I was jumping, I was singing, I was dancing, going out with friends, and life was very awesome. Everything of that was now on a full stop because I was barely even moving. My mother was on her toes to help me recover. She could gather all the positivity that she could actually give me to get better day by day. But my young self was not so wise. She could not see through how the future looked like, what it holds for her. She started speaking all sort of negative nonsense things to my mother. So my mother one day came cursing to me that I am being an ignorant, shameless fellow who is not trying to understand that she is aging and I am keeping her occupied all throughout the day for my day-to-day activities. Trust me, I was devastated, I was disheartened, heartbroken and everything, but I guess our parents know which nerve to hit right. She did it on purpose, and I must say, it was a bullseye hit. During that time, all I wanted to prove my mother was, I can do everything myself. I do not need your help. So I gathered all the willpower that I had in my store, and I was able to stand on my feet in the in a period of 6 months. Started walking gradually, led a good life. Life was going great. My career as a lawyer was thriving. I was getting successful. But my runner was still trying to jump out of the box. So, you know, when you are knocked down on a racetrack, you just do not quit immediately. What do? You get back on the track, stand tall, and run until you finish. That is what exactly my goal was, and I was doing that. So in the year 2015, when I was practicing in Supreme Court of India, I started my running again. I was rigorously practicing for marathons, but I will have to take you to my wild card entry of my hurdle race. So while I was dating with my first love, when I talk about my first love, जो पहला प्यार देख के बिल्कुल दिल में धक धक हो जाता है ना, वही रिश्ता है मेरा रनिंग के साथ. So while I was running, I broke my left hip. How amazing! Cherry on the top, my left side was already weak because of the paralysis, and now I have a broken hip. The idea of running looked like a distant dream. And unknown about the injury, I kept running on it for quite few months. A day came, I was limping, not able to bear a pain for the second. So I rushed to the doctor. The reason behind rushing to the doctor was hilarious. It was not because I'm having pain in the hip. I went, sir, देखो marathons आ रहे हैं, भागा तो बिल्कुल नहीं जा रहा, वो करा दो. So doctor was telling me कि बच्चे अब ना सपने में भागने के बारे में सोचना भी नहीं है. अब क्या है ना, सपने में चोट लगेगी, हकीकत में हम चल भी नहीं पाएंगे, तो अब तो छोड़ दो. So doctor was that clear and that straight about the condition I have. And I was sitting in front of the doctor, and everything that doctor was telling was going gibberish in my head. All I was clear about that nothing can stop me. I am not going to stop here. The life may throw lemons at me. I am going to make lemonade for sure and take the energy out of it. So I had no clue how to do it. There came a time where I almost accepted the end to my aspirations, because my subconscious somehow started accepting it. But my inner core started challenging me each and every day, asking few questions just like, cannot you really do it? Are you not strong enough? So one day, I woke up from my bed on a fine morning like a tigress, stood in front of my mirror, started speaking to myself that, darling, if it is not you, then who? And if you do not start today, you will not be able to start any day. So I embarked on the rigorous path of recovery, which was filled with pain, challenges. I had taken uncounted number of physical recovery, strength training, which I never knew existed, become a new normal for me. But yes, I was not in the form to run. So now let the runner take a bit of rest. Let's go to the lawyer who is still not sure what she is doing. How I become a lawyer? When I wanted to play with the colors of life, I never wanted to settle in black and white. But coming to my father is a very accomplished criminal lawyer of Orissa. Name any bureaucrat, everybody knows it. He is a thriving lawyer, very much on demand. I have two siblings. Both had chosen their own paths. I was the only left one, chosen one, and the youngest one. So during those days, On the breakfast table, often the discussion used to be criminal law and who is going to take the legacy forward, who is going to put that outfit on. Me being that daughter of my father who cannot see his sad face just for a moment, I accepted his path and started the journey as a lawyer in the year 2010 and gave my 100% because that is the mantra of my life, that either it is 100 or it's nothing. So from the very beginning of my career, I was very sure that I was going to maintain ethical standards in my practice, for which I decided I would never defend a dowry case in my life. I rather focus on dealing with anti-corruption cases, which often represent bureaucrats. For me, practicing the heart of the practice of law is integrity and justice. I try to impact the society as a whole, not just earn money and in the courtroom. So as a lawyer, I have the privilege to serve more than hundreds of cases and winning it, specializing in anti-corruption laws. And I learn so much from my cases. You have no idea. My life is getting better and better every day because I learn so much from it. And I am a proud, accomplished lawyer now. I am very happy. I'm living dream of my father. So are these two aspects of a life that makes her so special or challenging? No, let me take you to another one. So in the year 2019, when I was going through a typically difficult personal life and my confidence was dropping drastically, I saw an advertisement in some social media platform to join, to participate in Mrs. India World 2019. Trust me, in my wildest dreams, I never thought that I would go to a pageant. But you know, as the little girl wanted to play with the fashion, that just came out. So I registered, participated, prepared, quarterfinals, semi-finals, and the D-Day, the finals. The girl who was thinking she would not even crack the auditions, now she was sharing the stage with the top 6 beautiful ladies of India that day, including me. The journey was like a cakewalk. Now did I win? No. But did I also lose? No. That day was the biggest turning point of my life, which reminded me of the strength and resilience I have to embrace what I have within. Fast forward to 2021, I stepped to the spotlight, participated in Glamour Mrs. India, and I won the crown. This time I was with renewed sense of determination and confidence. The crown was on my head of second runners-up. Chin was up. I was completely living life of a princess. My princess moment was true. I was feeling like, आँखों में तेरी अजब सी अदाएं हैं. बस सपना थोड़े देर के लिए hold हो गया. So I got reminded of my dad, who was very image conscious about me. I had not told any single iota of this thing happening in my life. But I have to tell him, I have to face that, कि मैंने तो वकालत अलग जगह रख लिया है, अब तो I have gone to a different diversities of my life. Expecting something else, anger and anything else, I called my father and told, Dad, I am now Mrs. India. So my dad, on the contrary, was jumping on his toes. He was so happy and congratulating everyone around him, telling that my daughter is a beauty queen. That day, my happiness had no boundaries. So now, the runner is also still on the pause there somewhere, trying to finish her race. So COVID and lockdown, जहाँ पे everybody was confined to their homes and sleeping over things, I decided I would transform myself. I started waking up 4 a.m. every day without fail, took a disciplined routine which I follow till date, started from short distance to long distance. The journey from struggling to walk to finish till the marathon line was not just the journey to recover my physical inabilities, but it was a testament of my mental fortitude and unwavering belief in myself that I can cross any obstacle my way. Now I just not regained my mobility. Now I stand with more than 23 medals to myself for marathons. Name any marathon, I have done it, including very challenging ultra marathons of 50 kilometers, and have won few of them. So I feel that what you want to do, you can do. Traditionally, you just have to go a step ahead and do not give in to anything and accept everything that society throws at you. You can pave your own path and make your own journey. So my father, I get reminded of him again and again. So my father, who was trying to stop me from running time to time because of my health conditions, of course, now he was going everywhere and boasting about my achievements as a marathon runner and a beauty queen over being a lawyer. How great that feeling is, the sense of pride and the shine in his eyes are priceless for me. I cannot achieve anything more than that in my life. So let me please reintroduce myself. Tejasmita Mahapatra, a very passionate lawyer, a dedicated marathon runner, and a proud title holder of Mrs. India 2021. And this is not how I introduce myself. This is how my father introduces me now. So I will close with something saying it is a long-run tradition that we accept only women we accept and appreciate only women who accept everything and anything given and thrown to them. It's high time that we appreciate women who accepts anything with the power to deny anything they want to. My dear friends, it's just one life. Please pick your goal, chase your dreams, throw yourself out in the air, and trust me, universe is there to help you the way it did to me. Thank you very much. Until we meet next time.